Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we are again going to continue our design pattern series, and in this video we are going to study about the proxy design pattern. Proxy design pattern is a type of a structural design pattern and it is very similar to facade design pattern. So in proxy design pattern we are going to create one proxy that is going to control the multiple real services. It is slightly different from the facade design pattern, and let's move to our blackboard and understand it thoroughly. Again, we are going to study with the restaurant example that there is one customer who came to our restaurant, and now what is going to happen, the customer is going to the kitchen for giving the order, and after the customer is again going to the billing to for doing the billing. Customer will go to the billing service to do the billing. In this, what is the problem is that customer has to travel a lot. Customer has to go to the kitchen service to give the orders. Customer has to talk to the billing service to give the order. To solve this problem, we have studied the facade design pattern. The facade design pattern, we solve this problem with the help of the counter. So the counter is responsible to call all the service behind it. Let's say if the customer wants to order the food, the customer will go to the counter, and the counter will going to call the kitchen class and the chef class. And let's say if the customer wants some extra accessories, the counter will go and call the waiter class. If the customer wants to do billing, the customer will go to the counter, and the counter is responsible to call the billing service. Now let's go to the proxy design pattern. Proxy design pattern is a little different. Instead of counter in proxy design pattern, what we are going to do, think of it that now we are not having any counter. We are going to have one waiter. And now customer is every time going to talk with the waiter, and now waiter is going to be responsible to go to the kitchen and like place the order. Because like, if the customer wants bill, the customer will talk to the waiter and waiter will bring the bill. So this is the difference between the proxy design pattern and the facade design. Facade design pattern's purpose is to focus on how we can simplify the interface of the complex system. And the proxy design pattern focuses on how to control access to multiple real services. And we have the real services like kitchen and billing. So what we are going to do, customer has the work from the kitchen service and the billing service. So what we are going to do, we are just waiter is acting as a proxy of the kitchen service and the billing service to do the work. So this is a proxy design pattern. So I just want to add one more point. They both are solving the same problem but in a different manner. That is the difference. And in the proxy design pattern, we are going to do lazy loading. That is something when we'll go to the code, you will understand it. So now we reach to the code. First of all, I'll just show you the bad code. It is the same problem and it is similar to the facade design pattern. That is the bad code. The customer comes to the restaurant, and let's say customer has to order something. So we are making this kitchen class. If customer wants to do the billing, we are making this billing class, and kitchen.cookfood and billing.generate bill. If you go to this kitchen class, we have this function cook food, and if we go to the billing class, we have this function generate bill. Nothing is different. It is very similar to the facade pattern. Now let's move to the good code of this proxy design pattern, and it is going to be different from the facade design pattern, and now you will understand what's the real difference. Now we go to the restaurant cloud. Now what is going to happen is customer will come to the restaurant. Now previously we were talking to the facade. Like if I go to this our facade code here in the good section, if I go to this restaurant, we have this facade. Yeah, here we have this facade and we were saying it as a counter guy, but in the proxy, if you go here, now the customer is going to talk with the waiter and we are calling it as waiter proxy. See, it is also very similar to the facade, but let's go to this waiter proxy, and here you will see the real difference. When you will go to this waiter proxy, here what is going to happen? Here I made this private kitchen and private billing, and now there is a concept of the lazy loading comes in. Proxy layer who will lazy load the customer when customer will ask for something. It means that waiter is only going to call the kitchen class when customer is asking for something from the kitchen. So here only we are going to make the kitchen object. Here let's say if the customer wants the bill, then only we are going to make the billing object. This is the difference. Like on the basis of code, this is the only difference between the facade pattern and the proxy design pattern. And the definition I just told you. Here, what we are going to do, the waiter proxy implement the restaurant service. So if I go to this restaurant service, we have these two functions, place order and the get bill. Billing service, we have this generate bill function, and the kitchen here cook food function. So now what is going to happen, whenever we are going to call this waiter proxy, whenever we go to this restaurant, if someone calls the placeholder function, what is happening in this placeholder function? Let's go to this waiter proxy. So what is happening? We are going to make the kitchen object. We can make multiple objects. Let's say in the placeholder function, we have to make two objects. Let's say kitchen object and the chef object. We will make two objects. So everything is going to be controlled by the waiter proxy. Waiter proxy is going to act as a proxy for the kitchen service, chef service, and the billing service. And in the proxy design pattern, we are going to do a lazy loading. That is going to make it different from the facade design pattern. I will also show you the facade design pattern. In the restaurant facade, you will see that we are going to initialize every service at the starting. So the only problem with the facade pattern is that we are going to use some extra resources. In the proxy design pattern, we are going to save some resources, because let's say in our restaurant we have some medical service. Let's say we'll initialize the medical service here in the line number 11, and we create a one function also like medical assistance. We will make one function in our restaurant facade, like if the customer asks for the medical assistance. But think like this, in restaurant, let's say there will be very less chance that someone will ask for the medical assistance. So that object is not going to be used. So we are going to waste our resources. Like think of this, that we create an object and we are never going to use it. That we have the same thing that we have studied in our singleton design pattern, and we have studied focusedly about the eager initialization of the singleton design pattern. In the proxy design pattern, we solve this issue, and we are going to do the lazy initialization in this placeholder function in the get build function. Whenever we need the resources, we are going to create the object and we are going to use them. So this is all about this proxy design pattern. I hope you like this video. I'll push this code into the GitHub and provide you the link into the description. So thank you for watching me, and let's meet in the next video, and bye bye.